Well, it's another beautiful Pennsylvania January morning, and I'm back on the Mini. This is kind of an intermediate segment to this project. The head's out to a shop getting worked on. They're going to check and see what kind of condition the decking is in and see if we can flatten it, if it even needs flattening. And we'll hopefully know some more about that in a couple of days. Nice little shop called Stapleton Engines in Elmira, New York is where I've taken it to. Seem like nice, knowledgeable guys. So maybe we'll shoot some footage down there if they're cool with that. In the meantime though, the car is sitting here and I've got some stuff to figure out. Our little mystery is unfolding as to what's going on with this car. When I took the head off, what we found is in the water jackets, there is a tremendous amount of like a gooey, like silicone-y kind of garbage in the passageways that is not supposed to be there. That's not good. That stuff all needs to get cleaned out and hope that it doesn't work its way into heater cores and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna work on cleaning that out today. And then the other project is gonna be hopefully changing the oil filter housing gasket while I've got access to it. So here we go, side quest. Now, here's a better look at the passageways around the cylinder walls, and you can see there's just all kinds of goo in there. Probably head gasket in a can kind of stuff, stop leak, or that kind of thing. So we gotta try and get all that out. So I'm gonna work on that now with just some little brushes and some plastic picks and see what I can do to clear that area out. So try and hold the camera as steady as I can, but look at this garbage that's coming out of there. Can we see it? It's like hard caulk kind of consistency. This is definitely not something we want in there. So I am going to work on this for as long as it takes to get all of this stuff out of here. What it's telling me is that this problem's been going on for a while, and either the person I bought the car from or the person before them tried to remedy this with a solution in a can and didn't fix the problem, maybe postponed it, but now has left us a bigger problem afterwards. So what I'm hoping is that we're doing the right thing now by putting a new head gasket and having the head resurfaced, and that will fix this problem, and we'll be back on the road. So I'm gonna work on this for a while. I took one of these non-marring pick tools that I picked up from Harbor Freight, and I had to take the grinder to it to get the diameter of it down thin enough that I can get right down in here. And I can feel it's all kind of packed into the bottom, so I'm breaking it loose. This has to be how my dental hygienist feels, because it's like flicking up onto my glasses and everything, but it's nasty. There's a lot of it in there, and this has to be bad for any engine to put this in it. This must be a desperation move. So I'm hoping that this hasn't done any kind of permanent damage to anything. So I'm going to keep at it for as long as it takes to get this passageway cleared out. You can just see the stuff that's coming out of it. Ugh. Here are all the devices I'm trying to pry out that goo. I look like I've been in a coal mine. I've got stuff all over my face. Oh, the candy cane is just for me to eat. That's a snack. This little cup is just full of chunks of the stuff that I pulled out from that jacket. And then what didn't come out as chunks kind of just liquefied into a goo. So I'm working on trying to suck up or sop all of that stuff out, but it's looking much better now. I'll keep working at it. All right, now oil filter housing gasket. Here's our oil filter. This is the housing. It looks like there's 4 8mm bolts holding it on. There's another one. All right, I have all 4 bolts off of it, and I've got a pan underneath it. I've kind of been dreading this job because I know it's going to make a gigantic mess. So I have a old blanket down underneath all that to try and catch as much of this as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and try and pop this thing loose and see what kind of a mess it makes. Let's back this up here and just kind of see what happens. Actually wasn't too bad. And there's our housing off. You can see our old gasket, and it feels stiff. So probably not a bad idea to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the new one. We'll pop it right in. Here's our new versus our old. This one feels really stiff and hard. This one's nice and soft. So there's 2 pieces. But we'll get them both right now. So I just wanted to try to point out as much as I can on this passageway up here. Hard to do and hold the camera and stuff, but look at all this cheesy goo in here. That's more stop leak stuff all throughout the coolant system. We're gonna dig that out and clean that out as best as I can. And that's it, with very little mess. Got a little bit of oil I'll try and clean up. But that was not bad at all. And this is definitely the time to take that project on because everything's already out of the way. So there we go, new oil filter housing gasket is on. So I picked up this scraper with plastic blades on it. And I'm just going to clean the top of the block a little bit. I don't have any acetone. I have to pick some of that up. So I do want to try and clean this up a little bit better with acetone, but I'm just going to see what this takes off just by itself, dry. Let's see if we can get a better shot here. She does a pretty nice job. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. I am freezing. It's about 10 degrees in the garage, and I can't really do much else until I get some acetone and some Scotch-Brite pads, and I'll really do a better job cleaning up the top of the block. But as of right now, I think I'm just kind of in holding pattern anyway, waiting to hear the news on the head. So I'm going to sign off for now, and we'll see you next time when there's some news. So we'll be back when there's something to talk about.